We're continuing on with my top 5 favourite champions from each class. Now, I'll do a disclaimer, as I have done for the past 3 videos, and will continue to do so for the next 2. This is not who is the best in the class. This is personally who I like to play, who I like to use, whether that be for Alliance War attack, Alliance War defense, Battlegrounds attack and defense, just general questing, Alliance quest, if you still play Arena. So this is not a definitive who is the bestest, because well, I think some people might argue with at least 2 of these characters on this list from this content class I have, but it's my list. This is just who I like to play, not who is definitely the best. So if your favourite champion isn't on here, let me know in the comments, because, again, this is all my opinion, who I like to play. With that, Cosmic class, I have got a couple of honourable mentions. Gallon is one. I used to like Gallon a lot. I don't really like using him much anymore. Maestro, I really want to get the 7-star one. That means I have to complete the last 4 paths out of Necropolis, but it would be worth it for a good defender. Terrax, I am quite a big Terrax defender. I think he's really, really cool. Some interesting uses. I know a lot of people use him for defense. I mean, I do, but he can also be a quite sneaky attacker as well. And also, I'll get in trouble if I don't mention Hercules. I'm not the biggest fan of Hercules, I have to say. But the only reason I use Hercules is for Alliance Quest, because Alliance Quest, except for raids, are really, really boring. Also, Gladiator as well. I have done a bit of a soft spot for Gladiator, Venom, and also Brie Larson, Captain Marvel, because she was my first 6-star rank 3. Now, moving on to this list. Now, coming in at number 5 is a new character, Serpent. Now, I know a lot of people were upset, myself included. I did a whole video on it about how this guy did not get nerfed, and I am still shocked that this guy did not get nerfed. It was, yeah, just if you haven't, if you don't understand why this guy is so broken, and at Legacy did like half an hour video on it, on just like, and he even started changing the Augur Petition, which fair play to him. But the uproar that this guy, the uproar that this guy caused when he was released, he was basically a mainstay in Battleground decks and Alliance War defense instantly. However, I would say this a lot for some for a lot of characters who are primarily used for defense. They are a lot of fun on attack. I did the same from Bullseye. I think he's fun on attack. I think Serpent is just as fun on attack as well. I love the way that you make sure you get the opponent's whole block. You can do a little bit extra damage. He's a good ramp-up character. I use him in incursions. He's a lot of fun in there to ramp up, along with the hacks and buffs you can get as well. But let's be honest. The reason I have him on this list is because he's just a fucking annoying defender. He is so annoying that I don't ban him anymore, because it's a waste of a ban slot, and also I have like some decent counters with him now, mainly Kushala. But we'll save Kushala for Mystics. But yeah, is this guy still annoying? Absolutely. Is he a blast to play? For me personally, yes. I really, really like playing him. Unique play style. It's kind of like similar to how you play Hulkbuster, which is why I am really, really growing to like Hulkbuster as an attacker as well. But yeah, this guy's annoying. I still love him. Very cool design. Massive hammer. Yeah, that's Serpent coming in at number 5. And number 4 is Baser Ray Bill. This guy, I'm going to say it, I was really excited for this guy. I actually think now, looking back at it, he was a tad overhyped. Does that mean he's a bad character? Absolutely not. If someone says something's overrated, it doesn't mean it's bad. It just doesn't. Again, I like his playstyle. I really, really do. Yes, it relies on AI to actually be cooperative. With you got to hold for down the heavy attack to charge for heavy, and then throw a load of shocks, and then a lot of you got timer shocks to the expire as well, which can be a tad annoying if the opponent's not playing ball. However, like I do like Beta Billy. He looks cool. And also they put a little bit of love when you're fighting OG4 and use a special 3 of Beta Bill, and he can call Mjolnir. That is a very, very cool special 3, probably one of the best in the game. What else has he got? I'm pretty sure he's got resistant. Is he shock immune? Yeah, he's immune to shock and power drain, which is a nice utility to have. If you are going to use this guy, put a 4/4 relic on him. Doesn't matter what star level, put a 4 relic on him, because the potency of his buffs are increased by 25%, which nice and does make relics relevant to characters. Well, especially with some characters in mind, definitely. And incoming bleed and poisonous effects would suffer reduced potency, which is nice. I just love seeing the big red numbers on this guy when you first special 1 to get the shock damage done. It is very satisfying to see those big red numbers. I just love taking this guy into Winter Soldier, into Realm of Legends Winter Soldier, stacking up some shocks and just watching those big red numbers. Like, big red numbers and big yellow numbers are very satisfying in this game. And when, in my personal opinion, Beta Bill is a very satisfying character to play, when you've got a satisfying character to go with that, it is a thing of beauty, personally, I feel. So yeah, that is Beta Bill. Tad overhyped. I still really like him. Good questing character. Not so much in BGs. He does require a lot of things to line up. I haven't really used him in BGs because, well, let's be honest, the metas for this guy they just don't benefit him whatsoever. So yeah, that is Beta Bill at number 4. Now, number 3 on my list is Hulkling. Hulkling, I'm pretty sure Cabana said he is the number 1 most picked character in Battlegrounds. And to be honest, for player base, I don't blame you guys. He is a great 2-way champion. He can nuke opponents down. He is a great defender if you don't have the right counter for him. And I think he's a really well-rounded, just 2-way character, definitely. He's just, I think he's going to age very, very well. Maybe not so much because of 7-star rank 3s. And would this guy ever come as a 7-star? I highly doubt it. This guy is too good, both sides of the spectrum, in terms of like offense and defense, for him to be 7-star. But then again, they let us have 7-star Juggernaut. So yeah, I like the way that you can build him up. Build the Pierce buffs up, the aptitude buffs, the unblockable as well, so you can get 2 Furies on the special 2. Excuse me. And yeah, he can be a problematic defender as well if you don't have a good counter. I think we saw it. Was he in one of the Summer Agony? It is now. He was one of those fights. I do remember him being on that, and he was quite annoying because he's already annoying enough defender sometimes already. So imagine him just giving him a load of extra nodes. He was fairly annoying. yeah, I really don't think I need to speak on Hulkling why he's one of my favorites. I'm sure he would appear on a lot of people's lists if they were doing their favorite characters from each class. He's very reliable. He's a very reliable character, Hulkling. Moving on to number 2, CGR, Cosmic Ghost Rider. Similar to with Sunspot and the Mutant class, this guy's just a complete nuke, but also I personally feel quite versatile. If you get, obviously the ideal rotation for him is to get to Special 2 without triggering Dexterity, so you can get the big crit buff on the Special 2. However, he's also somewhat good for longer fights as well when you get the Fury up. And then you can go with Special 1 or Special 2, and Special 1 is just as good as well. So, sometimes in BGs, if this Special 2 doesn't quite finish him off, by that time you've got a Relic as well. You can build up Special 1, and the Special 1 can pretty much knock out the opponent anyway, depending on the health pool you're fighting. But yeah, I used this guy as 5-star for a very, very long time. Then I finally got him as a 6-star. Finally decided to invest in him. I was just like, I don't want to use this guy all over again, because I was a bit weird at that point in the game when it was just like, I got this guy as a 5-star. I don't really want to take up the 6-star, but then obviously 6-star, I got more 6-stars and all that jazz. But yeah, he's got red spiky shoulder pads. He's got a lava lamp as a head. Just a very, very very comic booky, in a cool way, character design wise as well. Yeah, I don't really think that else needs to be a lot said again for CGR. Awaken ability is nice as well for the Damnation. But yeah, this guy, a lot of people like him because he's a nuke. I like him because he's a nuke as well. And also can be sometimes, as I've found out, can be an annoying defender if they get to Special 2. So yeah, Cosmic Ghost Rider coming in at number 2. Now, number 1, again, is similar to, I'd probably say, like, Silk and Valkyrie, in terms of, like, my lists, in terms of, like, who I really, 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 really like. That is Adam Warlock. I really, 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 really want 7-star Adam Warlock, and hopefully I get him if he's in the Banquet event, because he was part of a Banquet event last year. And if I get 7-star Adam Warlock, regardless if I dupe him or not, straight to 7-star rank 3. That is how much I love this guy. I know a lot of people weren't too hyped on him when he was released, but why do I like Adam Warlock so much? Just to say, his serve abilities are so cool. He goes unblockable. He gains true damage, the precision, which more or less guarantees you critical hits. It is that potent of a precision. Then you get the Fury buff, and then obviously when you get to the 4 hits in the Sovereignty counter, you get a Sovereignty buff. You get a Sovereignty buff, and you get that Fury, which goes on for a very, very long time. How long does it actually go on for? Because I can't actually quite remember. Sovereignty counter. 60 seconds. And you can stack up to 2 of them. And it is a pretty strong Fury as well. But the Sovereignty buff as well. Like, the best way to play Adam is probably sometimes is starting off getting the Sovereignty buff. So you hit into the block, you get the Sovereignty count going, but then let it expire. Because sometimes you do have to deal with Nullify and reduced ability accuracy. But however, if you've got that Sovereignty buff up, personal buffs become sovereign buffs. They can't have their ability accuracy reduced. And also you gain immunity to Nullify, Stagger, and Fatal, but it's caused by champions, not the actual nodes, which can be problematic. And also stun debuffs inflicted by the opponent. I actually didn't even know this. even though I love Adam Warlock so much, I didn't even know this. Stun debuffs inflicted by the opponent's parry mastery suffer 100% ability accuracy reduction, I think I'm supposed to say. Another reason I like Adam, his status pod. This allows him to take matchups which apply energy damage overtime effects. So the one thing that comes to mind is Bishop. Adam, I personally feel, is a great Bishop counter. Why? You can put the status pod up immediately. You can get the energy. What is it called? The energy immunity buff. Energy protection. So you'd grant it, that's immunity to shock, incinerate, and cold snap and frostbite for 60 seconds. So that means you can basically Bishop Special 1. We all know it's annoying if you don't have an incinerate immunity champion on hand. Adam can go incinerate immunity just by double tapping block at the beginning of a fight. So yeah. Also, his Special 2 always guarantees the opponents to throw a special near enough. Because when that happens, Adam enters his stasis pod. And then what is this? The energy protection buff only lasts 2 seconds. Where does it say in his status pod? It doesn't. I can't remember where it says it, but the opponents definitely throw their special attacks more often after Special 2 and you go into the status pod. The taunt is also nice. Does it always work? No, it does not. As a big Adam Warlock fan, that taunt sometimes doesn't always work, but he can be an annoying defender as well. If you don't get the parry off and he triggers the unblockable, unless you have Soul Barb. Which is why Kushara is good for him. I'm talking about Kushara a lot. We will get to Mystics in the next video or two, I promise. But yeah, I love this guy a lot. Which is why I said I really want him as a 7-star, and he would be an instant rank 3 for me. If I got him as a 7-star, definitely. And very few characters who are 7 stars, who I currently don't have, can do that for me. And Adam's one of them. Not to mention as well, also just remembered, he's got passive power gain. So that's another bit added to his kit there. That's where I'm going to stop gushing over Adam, and that is going to be it for this video. So if you like this video, feel free to like it. If you disliked it, that's fine. Dislike it as well. I can't see him anyway. And if you liked this video, check out some of my other content. And if you like my other content, feel free to make that red subscribe button turn to grey. And I shall see you in the next video. Goodbye.